Several people have asked for directions on how to make a cumulative frequency graph using Excel. So I'm going to show you one of the ways to do it. I have these made up intervals, and if you notice, I put a little colon in front of the numbers, and then they'll stay as a character instead of as a number. And then in the frequencies, that's a normal thing, but that's not part of our cumulative frequency graph, but that might be part of your information. So if you're snipping things, you snip and you take this, and that becomes part of your report, but not part of the cumulative frequency graph. So I have the cumulative frequencies here. What I really need are these values. So I'm going to copy. And I also need, I want to make sure you paste them as numerical. And I also need the right endpoints. So if you want whatever your data is, let's say it's income, I don't know what the numbers are, you can just enter the right endpoint as if you were making this by hand. That's the only thing the computer is going to do for you. And then to make any graph data, you highlight the information and go to insert, and there's all these different chart choices. You want to choose somewhere in here in a scatter plot. And so if you just slow yourself down and scroll over this, you can find the one that you want. So like there's a pretty good one. It's got curves to it there. That one has points on it. It's up to you. This one's the scatter with smoothed out lines. So that gives you a basic graph that you could snip. You can also then, anytime you have a graph, you can right click and format it. You can format the axis, and you can change the font, make sure there's a label on it. This label should really be over here. So all that kind of stuff I'm not going to show you, but there's the basics. Any kind of graph can happen. If you highlight, you can get, actually some of the hardest graphs to get are the plain old histogram ones. You have to do some modifying. So like it's making its own intervals up. You can, again, format the data series, change scales, whatever you got to do when you play around with that. So that should help you get going on a cumulative frequency curve. And you can rewind and watch it again if you need more help.